Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. We start with cricket. West Indies bowling coach Rodney Estwick was terminated ahead of the Zimbabwe World Cup qualifiers. Stanford Howard has more.
The 56-year-old, who joined the Caribbean side's coaching staff 20 months ago, will be replaced by a coach from outside the region. CWI President David Cameron confirmed the move but declined to name Estwick's replacement, citing protocol. Estwick joined the West Indies management in May 2016, replacing legendary former fast bowler Sir Curtly Ambrose, ahead of the Tri-Nations series in the Caribbean involving Australia and South Africa. Throughout his tenure, the Barbadian has earned praise for players, with seamers like Shannon Gabriel and Kemar Roach crediting him with their recent development. However, West Indies endured a wretched run in New Zealand last December, failing to win a single game as they suffered a 3-0 whitewash in the Test and One-Day series, and a 2-0 defeat in the 3-match T20 series. The Caribbean bowlers struggled, dismissing the Black Caps just once in the 2 tests. West Indies will be the highest-ranked side in the March 4 to 25 qualifiers as they chase one of the 2 remaining spots at the 2019 World Cup. Reporting for HGP Sportscast, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. Master Academy decimate Queenstown Secondary and Sir Leon Lessons roll over Iflot Secondary in the second day of the Milo Under-18 School Football Tournament. Stanford has more.
17 goals were scored on the second day of competition, 10 of which went to Masters Academy when they destroyed Queenstown Secondary 10-0. Calvin Peters was the main striker when he opened his side's account in the 4th minute and scored a second goal in the 8th minute. That was just 2 of the 5 goals he scored in the first half of the game, with Mariah Eastman netting 1 in the 15th minute and Tyrone Khan in the 16th minute. By the end of the first half, Queenstown Secondary was down 7-0. Queenstown in the second half looked to better their first half approach to the game, but not one ball was netted to the back of the goal for the side, and they conceded 3 more goals to give Masters Academy a 10-0 victory. In Game 2, South Runkville Secondary drew with Charlestown Secondary 2-all. The final game of the second day saw Sir Leon Lessons trouncing Iflot Secondary. It was Julian Bamfield in the 4th minute that got things started for Leon Lessons. As play continued, the Iflot strikers looked to gain momentum, but couldn't find the back of the net. Zane Gray struck in the 30th minute to give Leon the 2-0 lead at the end of the first half. In the second half, Leon Lessons was lucky when Shamar Carrington was rewarded a penalty kick in the 63rd minute to give Sir Leon Lessons the 3-0 victory. Reporting for HGP Sportscast, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. Adrian Fernandez kicked off the year in style at the Ghana Motor Racing and Sports Club first meet of the season. The endurance meet held Sunday last at the South Dakota Circuit. Here's more. The endurance meet at the South Dakota Circuit raced off with 4 classes being tested in the 1500cc, 1501 to 1600cc, 1601 to 2000cc, and the unlimited class featuring cars over 2000 cc's. Adrian Fernandez won the 1501 to 1600cc class with a total of 83 laps with a best lap time of 1 minute and 25 seconds. President of the GMRC, Ramiz Mohammed, geared up his Scarlet for the endurance meet, recorded an unofficial lap record of 1 minute 19 seconds as he finished first in the 1601 to 2000cc class. Rashan Ali, with a total of 76 laps from the 2-hour race, was top of the drivers in the 0 to 1500cc class, while Romeo Singh rounded off the unofficial results with 57 laps. This was the first meet of 2018 at the circuit. The event started with 19 racers competing, however only 10 of the Daredevils were able to finish the race. Local martial arts master Max Messiah is the first Guyanese to be inducted into the Action Martial Arts Hall of Honor. It happened during the world's largest martial arts mega event held at the Tropicana Casino in Atlantic City on January 28, among some of the world's most popular martial artists and movie stars. And finally, Federer cops his 6th Australian Open and 20th Grand Slam title, defeating Marin Cilic in the finals of the Australian Open 2018. Federer lost 5 games in a row as he dropped the 4th set, but recovered to win 6-2, 6-7, 5-6, 6-3, 3-6, and 6-1. At age 36, he becomes the fourth player after Margaret Court, Serena Williams, and Steffi Graf to win 20 or more major singles titles. After a poor start, Salic looked to have the momentum when he won 5 games in a row to force a fifth set. But Federer clung on to his serve at the start of the decider and got the key break in the following game. The Swiss ties the record for men's Australian Open titles at 6 with Novak Djokovic and Roy Emerson, and moves 4 clear of Rafael Nadal in the all-time list for male Grand Slam champions. Playing under testing temperatures, Salic had gone into the final with positivity after an impressive run that included a quarter-final win over Nadal. After 2 hours and 10 minutes, he finally broke the Federer serve, and a jolt of adrenaline coursed through the Croat and the crowd as this unexpected fightback took him to 2 sets all. Federer was now struggling to contain the world number 6 and was relieved to see a return hit to the net on breakpoint at the start of the 5th. The Swiss had halted the momentum, and in the next game, he grabbed it for himself with a deep fizzing return that Salic could not handle. Nerves were still apparent as the 8-time Wimbledon champion urged himself on during the changeover, but he was not about to let his opponent back in, and another break of serve all but made sure. This was time for one more moment of uncertainty for Federer when, just as in last year's final, he was forced to wait on match point from Hawkeye to confirm that he had indeed retained the title. And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Before we go, remember, life is like sports. Always play fair. Goodbye.